Hello, everyone, and welcome. I'm Jennifer Blackard.
And I'm Leonka Reyna.
This is the How Hustle Mystic Morning Show, Crazy Rich and Free Summit, day number 3, speaker number 3, Ambujam Rose, one of our personal favorites.
Yeah.
She can go anywhere with us. What she's really great at is embodiment as a multidimensional.
I know. A couple words about Ambajam. Ambajam is here to propel your consciousness, evolution, awakening, and self mastery forward in seconds rather than weeks, months, or lifetimes. Ambajam is a beacon of light in the realm of the quantum energy healing, awakening, and self embodiment. Bringing 30 years of expertise to the table, she stands unwavering as a badass luminary. Of course, she does. For self-empowerment and living truth with profound understanding of the soul's journey. She offers an unmatched mixture of accelerated healing and sparking inner knowing to quicken your awakening and ease through spiritual up-levelings. Ambajam, welcome. It's so fascinating and fun to have you back on the show. Yay!
Hey.
Thank you guys for having me. I have to share that today's date of me being on this call today is so perfect because of what I want to talk about. So
Yes,
fabulous.
Thank you for having me.
That's the divine doing that, girl.
I know.
It's perfect. Let's go.
Go for it.
And go.
I know.
Jenna, first of all, I have to say your pants make me want to go do step aerobics right now.
They're so
They're
cool.
awesome.
I know.
Totally.
I came in dressed pretty much like Leonka this morning.
You what?
She is wearing the exact same color as me, and she walked out. We both laughed because this happens a lot.
All the time.
And it's a bold color. So she's, I'll go change it. I was like, good, because I
You're
don't
like,
have the
hell
luxury.
no.
Like, I can't change them at her place. But she's, I'm going to put on hot pants anyway. I'm like, okay.
Yeah. It's
Too
good.
fun.
It's
Too
good
fun.
stuff.
Yep.
First of all, hello, everybody.
Hi.
So good to be with you all. And gosh, so I want to talk about one thing in particular to start us off anyway, about 2026. And I'm going to overview it really quick, and then I'm going to dive into the topic. So when the 26 first started, let's say January 1, okay, the energy was so odd and discombobulating and just what? And every new year, the energy is different, right? We have to get used to it. We have to get it. We have to understand it. But one of the differences in the beginning, the first, so today's the 7th, 6th, so up through the 1st through the 5th, it's like we were all walking through just countless old realities and old energy to get where we're going. And when I say get where we're going, it's not a straight line, as we know.
Yes.
And it's not over in a week or a year, or we're embodying like it's for the rest of our lives. And we just keep deepening and opening and blossoming and all the things. But the interesting first 4 days or so of January was this particular kind of oddness, and that we really all had no words for, but we were just like, this feels odd.
Yeah, Liz on the chat says, yes, it feels like already a month, and it's only 7 days in. Yes.
Yeah, it
And
feels
Dana
like
says,
it's already been, a few months, 6 months or whatever. The odd part, because odd and weird are two different words. It wasn't weird, it was odd.
Yeah.
Yes.
One of the things I was seeing about the oddness is the feeling of oddness was a whole bunch of energies all at once that created an odd feeling that we were walking through. I don't even know how to describe it, of just countless realities and energy of our soul history of where we've been, how we've lived, what we've lived as. And this kind of weird vibe was like the ripple effect of this walking through so many things. Also, the oddness was negative energy. There's a lot going on in the world, as we know, right? That was a piece of it, simply put, too. Now, and again, I'm simplifying it.
Feel free to take your time too, though, on it, because I
want to take my time on the part, but how I get there, I'm like overviewing. So we can dive into the stuff I'm overviewing.
I gotcha.
So where we are so I'll just back up 2 days. So on January 5th, we shifted into a different aspect, different phase of this new 2026 energy. And this is the part I want to talk about. With so much shift still happening, because it's only the 7th and it feels like it's already been like a month, right? 3 months. The piece I want to point to, what started happening on the 5th, is there is all these new super deep levels of ourselves that are coming forward now to be. And it's like a blossoming flower that is blossoming both in slow motion, and every time something like a petal moves, something else unfurls, and then something else and something else. But it's also happening very quickly all at the same time too. And we are in this 26 marks a different energy than 25 and all the years before of, and I'll simplify by saying by being who we are, about being who we are and what we are on deeper levels than we've ever been before. So this emergence is the word that I keep feeling. We are emerging in a way we never ever have before, to literally embody layers upon layers of who we are, our wisdom, our experiences that even got us to this very moment. There's a layer, there's like a and as we're all together, there's already energy starting to just support this emergence right now and moving forward. We are like, there are ages of a woman, and one is the crone, right? You get into this older age and you've lived a life that you freaking earned the wisdom and the croneship that you are in, right? It's like an elder, it's being an elder.
Yeah.
It's like we could say we are now being that elder, not because of how old we are, but to the degree that this unfurling is happening, these layers upon layers are coming out, we are our own wisdom. It's time to be it on those levels more than ever.
I heard you.
Because this started 2 days ago, and I see that this Saturday, the 10th, I believe, around 6 p.m. Eastern is when the scale tips into this phase of massive emergence of our wisdom, knowing everything. And right, it's already like the last 2 days, it's, oh. And before those 2 days ago where it started, I had this sense of, oh my God, something so profound and deep is coming, and it's right there. And I knew I just had to wait for it to do its thing, because I'm not needed, clearly. I am, but I'm not. I can't do it. I can't go in there and be like, hurry up, and I choose this and I choose that. It's no, me, myself, knows what it's doing, and it's coming forward through the ages to be who I am now. And so when this show is coming, I'm like, I'm so glad the date is now, because this is what I wanted to talk about before now, but it's easier to talk about it now because we're in it. It's begun. And so when we haven't directly experiencing something yet, we can get like a hint, or the mind can go, oh, this is what it will feel like. But only when you're in it can you go, oh, this is what it is.
Yeah.
So we're all together here in this unfurling emergence that started 2 days ago, and it's going to be so profound. And I'll say there are 2 things that are creating this to happen. One is timing, 2026. It's the soul's time. And again, that's super simplifying it, because what does that mean? What's the soul been up to between now and forever ago? It's this timing that's like 25, like it was like 24, 25, 26. The scale started to tip, or even like 23. It started to tip in this really deep way of self-empowerment, in a way like we've never really been asked to do. I just lost my train of thought.
Joe says he feels all of that.
I feel all of this. It's so interesting, like the way you explain things, it's so much deeper than the words that you can say
Oh, I know.
here. And I think
Yeah.
that most of us can feel it and sense it more on it's coming.
That you at
Trying
least
to put
you
words to it.
sure that you endeavor to try and put words to it, to something that is,
Yeah, it's like looking at, let's just say one of us, looking at one person psychically, seeing their human, everything this human is healing, clearing, completing just from this life. Then you have all the cellular memory that remembers everything the being has ever been and done. Then you have multi-dimensional layers
yeah.
that we've lived in. Then you have this whole soul history. Then you have all these other universes that we've lived in. And it's, okay, how would I even begin to describe all that with words?
Yeah.
Because we're all going through this massive awakening, right? So when the human's awakening in this life, it's not just about healing anymore, because everything we have ever been, experienced, incarnated in, lived as, is completing, healing, reconciling for us to be the truth of who we are.
Oh, yes. Yes. And when I said I got that, there was also a part of me that almost wanted to be like, but wait, because it can feel scary to be all of that, but it is an invitation and it's happening anyway. But
Oh, you just reminded me what I was going to say.
yeah, I hope so. I hope so.
Yeah. So the two reasons why this is happening: timing. Okay. Things have been cooking in the oven for eons, and the timer went ding. Okay. The other thing is what you all, as a incarnated individual being, what you have chosen to face, chosen to walk with your pain, chosen to walk through the fires of the worst, most challenging pain and experiences you've ever had to get to your self-awareness and healing, the choosing to be in your power, the choosing to be empowered, all of these choices after choices has created the soil in the human for us to even start embodying this. I feel like I have to share this for whatever reason. So when I first had my awakening, like day one, okay, I was going for a run and all of a sudden, boop, and I was like, why is my shadow there? What is that? Who am I? And my life as I knew it was over.
Yeah.
And I'm like, why am I existing? What's going on? So I go home and I'm sitting there and I was like it was so overwhelming. And all of a sudden I saw this image of me as a kid. It was like here. And there were these two lines. One went under, one went over, and the two lines are now meeting. And there's just one line.
Yeah.
The top line was my human experience. The bottom line was my, let's say, true self, soul, energy, spirit. Since a child, the bottom line was about awakening. It was going to happen.
Yes.
The bottom line fed the top line for me to have all the desires I did, all the healing I did, came from this deeper thing that was motivating my top line. They were meeting, and I sat there being like, whoa.
Visual.
I do too.
I was like, wait, so could I have just eaten Oreos for 40 years and not done a freaking thing? And this would have still happened? Or I was like, oh, so because of all the healing I did, it tilled the soil. So when the awakening actually happened, I could begin to embody it, versus if I had never done any work on myself and I just ran away, let's say, the awakening was going to happen, but then my healing would have begun because I would have had to, right? So I need to share that for whoever needs to hear that, because we're living in like this paradox of, if the me isn't here anymore, all my patterns, all my cycles, this identity that I've lived forever, and the awakening happens and the identity starts to fall away and we could say merge with, become one with the truth.
Yes. Yeah.
What does me do then? because it creates a mind fuck. You're like,
Yeah, I was like, that
what?
was the wait.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's way out of the comfort zone of a lot of people to even have and know the difference of these different timelines.
And yet
And
I still feel though, I don't feel unsupported. I feel like I don't feel, yeah.
It's like you pop in and out of them too sometimes, because I know when I'm going direct and choosing my soul's preference, I really feel that I act and respond different. And when I go back into my human, then all this other bullshit comes around.
the space that we have more now, quicker when
Yeah.
we go into the top line.
Uh-huh.
Right.
Yeah. I like the visual for
I
sure.
love the visual.
It was just mind blowing because I didn't know why I existed and I didn't know if I made any difference because the bottom line was doing me anyway.
Yeah.
So I'm
Yeah.
like, so
Here's the thing though, if you were to wake up all at once, then your body would go through a lot of trauma.
And some people
Yep.
will want to escape their body
Yep.
or,
Oh yeah.
you know,
And
they'll
yeah.
blur body out.
Yeah, 2026. The other thing I want to say is there's so much happening and changing and shifting. And there's a presence about this year. There's a very now moment. Very now, 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 very. It's just now, which is the one in numerology, new beginnings. To a degree, that's a part of it. But this now moment is like this presence that just keeps being as everything is happening in all these energies of 26. And we're still like, what's going on? And what is the energies and what's happening? And there's this presence, this nowness in our consciousness, in our systems that's very present. And it doesn't need to predict. It doesn't need to go in the future. It doesn't need to know what's going to happen. Like it doesn't, because it doesn't care about that. Who cares about what the energies are? Who really cares about what's going to happen next week? I do.
Yeah.
I care. But when
Most
I'm like
definitely.
Jenna, like you said, like when you're in your soul, everything's there.
Yeah.
And so what's interesting about energy and consciousness is the more awakening energy that's here, the more duality we can actually feel sometimes. And we don't know how to be with both at the same time. And so far this year is we're having to get right on that bike, even within just that presence, to get on this bike and learn very quickly, how do I hold both of my old self and this emergence and this nothing or this presence? How do I hold this now? We'll figure it out like we always do every year.
I mean, is that the right question even? Because it makes me go, do we need to hold that duality? And what might that look like if we don't, or we work through, and maybe that's what this conversation is leading to.
Yeah, because the mind goes, how do I hold it? The being's already doing it. Like we're already doing it.
Yes.
Correct.
So it's this part that's, what do I do? How do I do it?
Yeah. I would call that my inner controller.
Tiffany says, wow, resonates. I've been questioning what I even bring to the enlightenment with my very simple life. And she also says, this is so helpful, exclamation point. I couldn't agree more.
Let me just say the contribution of the people that actually speak their voice and their vulnerability on the chat
I was going to say
is a huge contribution.
Yes.
Your presence here is a contribution. And I feel like it's really important for you all, especially the ones that show up live. I appreciate you watching later. And I know not everyone can show up live, but the presence that you are here is a huge contribution to enlightenment and consciousness. And those that are vulnerable and can speak on the chat are too. And I just feel like it's sometimes we don't take a moment to even honor ourselves, to say, wow, I just took an action that could really shift.
For someone like Tiffany writing that in, you have to remember that 70% of our audience catches this all on a replay, right?
Yes.
So the questions, the comments, the participation, her being vulnerable and saying exactly what she's feeling, and regardless, wherever she is in the journey, supports so many others, and it's divinely guided. I can't even go into that part.
And everything is synchronistic. So we grow the show and we do it live off of your comments.
Exactly.
This is the way we play in oneness. If not, we would just pre-record these things and say, here you are.
This is the reason why we do show up live. So Ambajam could go and talk about this in real time.
Yeah, because we're all in a field, and the field is
Yes.
constantly bringing information. You guys should call your next summit Play in Oneness.
Ooh, I love that. Yes. I definitely give you the credit for it too. That's awesome.
No need.
I love it. Mia says in all caps, this is really good stuff. I know. I agree.
It's funny. Years ago, I was in an event and they would allow these kids to come in, and then sometimes these kids would go running around, and other times they'd just be quiet and they'd play their little games in the corner. And it seems that the facilitator would often be having a conversation and then a baby would cry in the back. And that was the exact time and the point that a lot of people needed to hear the information, but they were fading out. And then he would stop talking and almost like say, "Are y'all crying inside?" or something like that. And it was that moment that I really got that everything contributes at the time it needs to contribute, the order of the universe. And I just wanted to address that because that's not something that we often talk about on calls like this. And since it was leading into the conversation that way. So,
And it's living that life now.
Yes.
Where everything is truly part of everything and as sacred as the last thing and the next thing. And it's not just hyperbole. It's to live that sacred life, let's call it. It's already here. Like it's what we're already doing. It's the life we're already living. And like when we can practice surrendering that deep to be like, whoa, this thing that's happening for me right now is exactly on time. And I'm actually creating this.
Wow. Yeah. And that's another piece of it. Gosh, this gets me so excited sometimes because that's then the other piece where it's, and I'm the one that's creating this whole experience and the baby crying in a way to awaken. Yeah.
Can we just, I feel like some sort of energy wants to happen.
I do.
Yes, let's do it.
So I'm just let's just all sit together. And so my brain can have a way to describe this. So there's this image of all of us in a sacred room sitting in a circle. In the middle of the circle is this alive, blossoming flower. And we are all 100% curious of what the flower will do next. And we're that present to the blossoming. And there's like a quiet joy of, wow, what will that flower actually do next? I have no idea. And it's that depth of presence in that curiosity, in that oneness, or in that the curiosity to know the flower, to feel, to watch, to witness this alive thing in front of us, and to just really feel that. And to be curious of the room that you're sitting in, to be that present and that still of there's no story, there's no overlay, there's no conditioning, there's no history, there's no pattern, there's only now. Everything's alive. And it's that same curiosity for yourself and your life and your path is part of what 2026 is inviting in the midst of all the noise and chaos that's going around, right? So we're just working with that presence, that 100% curiosity to simply to activate that in you because it's already there, but to relax into it, to anchor into it, to surrender into that, just that pure now present curiosity with yourself. There is nothing else happening. There is nowhere else to be and nowhere else to go. Everything is contained in this moment. Everything you need to know comes from watching, witnessing, being present with. To really feel that viscerally in you. And it's always available in the noise. So yeah, I just feel like that's really important to point to, is this capacity that we all have to be that present and that curious. Or we could do it in conversation with somebody, like, wow, I actually have no idea what word is going to come out of my mouth next. I don't know. Cool. I'm going to watch, right?
Yeah.
You can bring it everywhere.
Yeah.
I feel like I want to ask you to speak about timeline.
Okay.
I felt like that was just what came up next. I feel like maybe there's some education there in what you know about how time works all in the now moment. It was interesting when we did that activation, I got a glimmer of what I thought might have been a past life for just a second. And I was like, oh, wow, that exists also in the now, in these tiny little lights and codes and frequencies. And I feel like there's something that might contribute to the audience.
Yeah.
Yes, I'll go into that in a sec. When we are that present, still, and curious, that's when we're actually most alive. Because we're not in a story. Will the mind get triggered? Sure. In that presence. But it's the only real thing that we actually have.
I know.
Gosh, right.
It's so easy to forget that.
It's so easy because everything else is so loud. And
Do
it's
you
not
notice
a problem.
how quiet this call is now?
I love it too.
It's so neat. Wow.
So the timeline, without creating all kinds of spiritual hype around it, because timeline, choose your timeline, jump in the timeline, do the timeline. Oh no, I better choose my timeline. I'm screwed in this old timeline. It's, oh my God. Sometimes I just want to say to everybody, shut the F up, just for a second. And I am one of those people. No, it's just, my point is, the pendulum can swing very easily into all this anxiousness in us to be like, oh, I'm going to miss it.
And maybe that was exactly why you brought it up, Janet, so we could hear that. We could hear how the pendulum can swing, especially with social media.
Well, so it's so
all the force
loud
around it, like the internal force to force yourself to create.
And I'd like to consider myself someone that I am intentional with what I consume, but I too will find myself so pulled in so fast. I'm like, I don't even know why I'm looking at this.
Yeah, it's like, what's all the value of it?
Yeah, it's all that. Yeah,
and I'm like, wow.
So the time, let's call it like the real timeline discussion, if I could be that bold.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Let's.
I don't even think
To
the
a
word is
degree.
We
timeline.
talked with Kenji about soul's preference, so maybe that's a better word.
It's interesting because we're talking about it, so the words can't ever be the truth, but they can point
Yeah. Yes.
to what we already know
Yeah.
inside.
Yes.
Yeah.
We have a joke on this show where we always say it's not. It's
old. We say a lot, but it's really old
because we are at a loss for words usually.
That's funny.
I mean,
so I'm just going to share what I watch in people for this timeline shift. So we exist in both time and no time. And how do we have proof? Okay. Proof is my clock says it's 1:04. Your clock says something different. And yet we're all here in the same moment. That's freaking cool. So we exist in time and no time.
Okay. Yep.
As an incarnated being, we are living like that in a way that is multifaceted all at once. Time, no time. Okay. Timelines to me look like pathways of here's this path somebody's on, and that has a certain linear time to it from here to now. Then their being is choosing to be different. Let's simply call it, for whatever each person we're choosing to be different, right? What we want, how we want to live, how we want to be, all the things. As we choose, that path then opens and we choose that. And then we make another choice and then that path opens and we choose that. And it just keeps going. You can't mess it up.
Yeah.
And so
even if you sat on the couch and did Oreos, you
Yeah,
exactly.
Because let me just ask something though, because am not liking exactly this. And I feel like there's another layer to it, maybe. Because, yes, you can F up your life if you actually are sitting on the couch eating Oreos all day because you are living by the program of unworthiness or the program of I'm never going to be good enough, like all the collective points of view on this human existence. That's all I'm going to say and let you
so
take it
if
from there.
one were to do that, how could one do anything differently until one realizes where they're choosing from? So therefore they couldn't screw it up. Because how do you screw something up that you don't know you're
So you're saying it might be somebody that doesn't even want anything else from themselves. It might be somebody doing that doesn't even have a deeper desire.
It's deeper than that because that person's soul track is part of that sitting on the couch and acting from pattern.
Okay.
Or else they wouldn't be doing it. You can't not do, like everything that we're doing now, we can't not do it and jump over it because we think we should be somewhere different. It just like it is so profound, this path that we're on. And I always see the ego kind of, or let's call it the ego, with a clipboard in all of its check marks outside the arena. And we're all living in the arena. And it's no, oh, yes, oh, no. And we have this idea of the path, of being off a path or on a path or missing, not missing, making a mistake, choosing something. Oh, I should have chosen this. It is woven into our experience. I keep seeing this hair follicle, and everything that's in that hair follicle makes the hair follicle.
Yeah. Yeah. Every part of the journey. For me, when I hear the soul's going to get there anyway. Whatever, if it's this or whatnot, it's going to be where it's supposed to be. And it's whether it's an unconscious whatever path, I guess, if you will, that's how I view you can't fuck it up. Like, because we're going to get there anyway. Like we are meant to do that. We can't mess it up. We just can't.
Yeah. And part of that person sitting on the couch is the way.
Yeah.
Because they're an allowance of that choice and that
No,
path.
not because of anything.
Oh, yeah. I see what you're saying.
It's just not because.
I'm really conditioned.
So we all are, man.
Yes, I just had to say that.
Right?
Yes.
Wow.
So
wait.
back to
wow.
Yeah, there is
Sorry,
there
just
is
having a moment here.
Yeah, there is no because in the way that we can perceive because. The second we even start to perceive because and create a whole dictation on it, we've lost it.
Yeah, you're right.
So if we go back to just watching the flower and being absolutely curious, the flower starts to, like, something happens, right? There's a relationship that starts to happen.
I get it.
Oh my gosh. I interviewed somebody who really had an awakening on laying on a tree. It was horizontal, one of those things. And now I feel like I'm getting more elements of that, of what that really means to be that oneness.
Mia says, holy, she said holy shit in all capitals. And she says, I get it. I am having a moment too. LOL.
LOL.
It's like we're hardly even saying anything.
I know. I love the LOL at the end too.
I'm glad that you guys are getting this because I feel like I'm having the profound aha moment. The rest of you, I'm not sure about.
To me, this conversation brings me back again to when my awakening first happened, and I'm living in this town. It was like week 1 or whatever, and I'm still like, what? Why am I alive? Why am I breathing? What's happening? And I'm like, what? And I was standing outside. I was standing in my house looking outside, and there was this telephone pole, and it was like leaning a little bit. And I'm looking at the telephone pole, and all of a sudden Spirit came in, and they were like, so there's a telephone pole leaning. That's all that's happening. That is all that is truly happening. Your story of the telephone pole gives it energy and gives it a story. So you could say, oh, what a cute little town. The telephone pole leans a little bit. That is so awesome. Or you could say, stupid fucking town. They can't take care of their telephone poles. So they're like, but it's just a telephone pole leaning. You're making it, whatever you're making it. Then you go out your house and you live this life of what you believe that telephone pole to believe. You attract those people, you attract a job, you attract, because you made it all up, and everything therefore has to vibrate where you're at.
Course of Miracles starts that way.
Yeah.
It's like this car I see on the road, out this window, it doesn't even exist, and it has no story. And I remember first reading that and I'm like, I have no idea what this means.
Yeah, it's interesting reading
it makes
books
sense
about like awakening and you haven't had direct experience yet, and you're like, what the? And then later you come back, you're like, oh, that's the most profound thing ever. I get it now.
Yes, I know.
I know.
It's funny, but we bring humor here because sometimes these are very big conversations.
Yes, you gotta have levity, man.
And we can even
spiritual humor is the best.
I know. And because Tiffany had, or just a couple people in the chat, and myself included, even the speaker we had on before, said that there are times where we can make ourselves feel very imposter syndrome, or we can make ourselves feel, I may not be getting it right. And so then there's like a wrongness that comes with this. And then of course we create a new story that goes with that. So I just wanted to point that out, that we're all somewhere, and having the humor around that allows us to have fun with it too. Because I could get it right now, and then I walk out this door and I go right back to the 3D and be like,
of course.
And I think that it's like, you also make reason for stuff. Oh, my left side hurts. Oh, that must have been because I sat weird in the chair.
Oh my gosh, we're so good at that.
Instead of actually tapping into your body and going, I have this, here's what I noticed about it, and go into the whole somatic transformation around it.
And that's the amazing power of choice.
Yeah.
With awareness is, wait, am I just going into a story of what I think is happening about the telephone pole, or am I actually paying attention to the telephone pole?
Mm.
I just, with being on this call with you guys and like sitting with everybody, I just keep being pulled to that presence, to that kind of open-aired here-ness, and how that is a very important piece of 2026.
Yeah.
And it's like the boat on the river, and the river is choppy. And it's like you have to be on, if you have a boat to be on, you can get through it.
Mm.
If you don't have a boat and you're just in the waves, AKA story, concepts, beliefs, what do you got? You don't have anything real. None of it's real. It's real because it's our experience, but it's not real because I made it up all by myself.
Right. Which makes us lead into the conversation of crazy, rich, free, and manifesting quite deeply, because here you're in a space where you're making up all these stories anyway. Would the story of creation and tapping into the next vibe level or of what you want, wouldn't that also be created just the same way? And instead, we're using all those stories to fill our capacity instead of just going, I'm tapped into my soul's path. I'm going to do this, create this on earth.
Yep.
Talk more about that. I feel like there's something else as part to help the audience really get what a freak. I know I do use it too much, Leonka, don't really like it. Frequency of creation.
I wish I never said that. I wish I never said that, because
always say that.
No, because no, and I don't want you to hamper from not saying it, because it really, we don't have enough words to encompass what we're trying to convey. And so if that's the word that comes through, by all means, please.
So I have to speak to everybody. Every human is going through their own awakening process very individually of what it's like for them. And we have broad strokes that we can talk about, broad themes. Oh, 26 has this, blah, blah. And yet the individual is going through, it's like cracking open in their own way and their own specifics of whatever they've gone through and how it's related to what they're embodying today. And that has to reconcile.
But a lot of that is identities that are learned.
Maybe not, though.
I see. That could be this whole contracts and the whole.
Yeah,
I got it.
Every person has their own embodiment process,
and it's going to be different for every single party. That's the beauty of us.
Yes, and we all find our way, and that's like how evolution happens. It's good. Okay,
it's good. And Jeff gives it the thumbs up.
I love that.
So, from the spectrum of all the way from having
I'm still laughing about that. It's cute. I'll stop.
Of having your awakening completely take your life over, and you have no control and can't create anything anymore from who you were, all the way to I can still create my life as a separate little me running around. Okay. So I have to use myself as an example again. Before I had my awakening, my little separate me running around was a pretty darn good manifester. I learned how to do it, and I did it really well. That. Then awakening happened, brought me all the way, not just all the way down to the spectrum of I had zero, nothing ever, things that I used to do forever didn't work anymore.
Me too.
So I had to learn to go to the source of what's living my life now. What does it want? Because it doesn't seem to give a shit what I want, because none of it's working. So I was forced through a lot of trial and error and upset and screaming and kicking and spitting and scratching.
I hear you. You. Yes.
I was forced to be like, because I tired myself out like a toddler, screaming at fucking God. What the fuck? I'm doing everything. Like we all go through, right? Really?
I know there are people laughing right now, for
Jesus.
sure.
Like, seriously.
Yes.
So finally, luckily for me, it was just weeks after the awakening, weeks of being a crying, snotty toddler I was tired. And finally, after trying everything, I gave up. I was like, okay, I'm here. What? And then I learned everything is happening in me from a new place. And I have to go to the source and feel what in me, what it wants. But it wasn't an it really, but it was like my truer self.
Sure.
My nobody. I don't have a word. Non-identified Ambujam with her history is me.
Yeah.
Right?
Sure,
Clear
that
me.
identity. Yeah.
Yeah.
Clear you. Yes.
Clear me, no identity. So I
Oh,
had to
got it.
go start from scratch and listen and learn. So that was 20 years ago. So to answer the question, for me and for others that I know, and then for others I work with, we are all living like that. We can't control, we can't figure it out mentally, we can't make a plan only mentally. We can't do that. We have to learn how to let go and surrender so deeply and follow every little thing from there and let go of all outcome.
Yeah.
Let go. So, how to do that is the human mind body learns how to continuously let go into that which is living this life in my body. That's not my thought or preference or need, or it doesn't care. This doesn't care that I want a Big Mac for dinner. Doesn't care that I want a steak for dinner. It doesn't care. And yet I, that wants a Big Mac, a steak, chicken, whatever, I'm still here.
Yeah.
Like, I'm pretty much alive still. Wanting what I want.
Yeah.
But years and years of that teaches, yes, the leftover me that's still very much here, has a lot of preferences and expectations and needs. But it's not where I go to create my life from, though. I can't, because it doesn't work. Nothing works from there. I've already tried it 1,000 times. It's constantly letting go of what in me, what is it creating now? What is my highest desire, path, choice in this moment? What is my next phase? What am I to offer? What am I to be do? And I just have those questions and then I just sit.
Yeah.
And let whatever, and then I do it. And most often, there's nothing. There's nothing to do. There's
Yeah.
nothing to do. But I'm used to that because it's been years of there's nothing to do until there's something to do.
Gotcha.
But I've became
I remember you sharing that story that you were just doing this wait for a while, but you knew that you needed to follow that wait.
I remember that too.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like the big pregnant pause, right?
Yes.
Like, there's thousands of examples. So for those of you that cannot control your life anymore from the old place, it's both a choice to partner with your being, to let go, to know that there is a life waiting to be lived if you just let go. And then let go again, and then let go again, and then let go again. And this is where words are hard to describe. It's this feeling to continuously fortify and nurture and strengthen is I'm already dead. Like, I'm dead. Something else is living this life that sometimes I have a really good connection with,
Mm-hmm.
really
Wow.
good label for, I'm totally in. And then, what do you mean this opportunity didn't work again? When it didn't. But I know now
Yep.
enough. That's all part of it. Fine,
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah.
I'll get over myself. But it's the fear, it's
funny.
the survival fear that we all have that we have to hang on tight and let go, because it's the survival fear of I'm not going to have what I need. I'm not going to have enough. I don't have enough now. How will I ever get from point A to point B? It's that the choice to let go, knowing that the truth in you knows best, and to trust and align and listen and let go. So I don't know if that's what you're asking, but that's what I want.
It's so interesting because as you do, I was during the whole thing, I was like, this is what I do. It was like I do around it, right? And I was like, that's control.
Because you're doing.
And then I went to another area and I was like, could I be free? Could I surrender here? Then no, that's control. And I just saw it. I had these glimpses of all these different places. It's interesting. It reminds me of an interview I had a long time ago where a man, he came and he asked a question like, but what if I let go and things suck more? Because he was trying to build a bigger life. So I feel that's a great question to answer right now.
And that's where the surrender comes in. Because what choice do you have?
Because I remember trying to build a better life, if you will, and I got, and
you
I was
will.
using all my right, if I will. So without God, and I was a really great manifester as well. And then until it didn't work anymore, and I was fighting and whatever, and I got let go from 2 companies that I had lots of experience for, and both of them closed. And I started another one, and I was like, really, this is the same exact thing. Like, how does this happen twice? And I knew right then.
Yeah, I guess that's a good way to put it. I mean, you can surrender or get hit with the Mack truck to force you to surrender.
Twice.
Yeah.
Same exact story. Like, it wasn't even any different. And I thought, okay, I can't force this anymore.
Yeah, and how would you know if you didn't go through that?
Yeah. Yeah.
You didn't just be like,
didn't have to do it twice.
I'll just let go of all my preferences, ideas, and survival. Whatever. What
Yeah.
is this life that I have no control over? No, we don't do it like that. We go through the friggin' meat grinder to wherever in us is holding on is going through the meat grinder to let go. Then we learn, I can actually consciously let go. Okay, God, I got it.
Yeah.
I don't need an illness, a situation to teach me that I need to blah, 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 blah. Oh, okay. And I'm not putting all of these things like illness and all that, because obviously that's part of people's path. It's not as simple as, an illness is just because blah, blah, blah. No, an illness within it has emotional, spiritual energetics going on that is getting that person's attention that they need to know, to empower, to wake up, to be who they are. But it's more, we've lived unconsciously for so long. It's not a judgment, it's just what it is. And now we're starting to be conscious. And so we're learning like, I actually have a choice to let go. I don't need something to make me. And yet, in that same vein, I don't know what's around the corner of my life.
Yeah.
That I'm not aware of right now. But I don't, it's the other thing I think I need to say quickly too, is if something does happen in my life that makes me see something that I didn't know, I can't play the victim card either. And we all go through that. It's so easy to be a victim. But when we approach it like, what is this showing me now? And I know it just sounds so spiritual, blah, 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 but it's actually the truth. What is this? Why is this here? I wonder. What is it trying to get my attention of? So Spirit saying life's always talking to us through bodily stuff, situations, conversation, stub your toe, doesn't matter. It's all like a symphony around us, speaking to us. And are we listening to it?
If I didn't, I wouldn't be sitting here today
Well,
having a beautiful conversation that Renee says this is such a great discussion.
I have something that might be profound or interesting to ask.
Just might be. Or
I don't know where this is going to go when I raise my hand, but so I think I've shared with you that I had this really bad hip injury, blah, blah, blah. Whole
Yoga.
story.
Yeah.
Yes. The whole story, right? So I went on vacation. I walked a lot. I have been in pain for over a week now. So there is this glimmer thought, hip replacement, right? So if we've got a story like that and we're coming and meeting it in the now, you see a light post that's tilted and I feel pain, right? And I guess I'm saying with something like that and a change or a creation around it, how would we be with that so deeply in this now moment to ask to create shift? How would that have to be? Because I feel, okay, I can be with it right now, then
Yeah,
when do you choose if there's something like a surgery or something like that?
such a good question. So when there's physical pain, it's all of us have to practice of how this works for us. Is we bring our awareness to it, we be really present with it, just like the flower, like our little sit down we had earlier, right? And we just really drop in with that pain, with the curiosity of what is it you need to tell me right now? What is it it's not just as simple as you approach it with this kind of one-dimensional, what is it you need to tell me? What do I need to do? What is this? It's like this greater, almost like a welcoming to know it's there for a reason. What is it? What is it holding? How much of that pain is yours? What's there? What's happening? In that process of getting to know it and listening, then if it's like, ooh, I really feel on my intuition, I need a hip replacement.
Okay.
It'll be part of all that information. And because taking action on a physical thing to go see a doctor or whatever is also part of the path. Right? Of course.
Yeah.
Like I have to brush my teeth. Plaque ain't going to take care of itself. You know what I'm saying?
Maybe you have to have the right belief system. Maybe that's just a collective something.
We're going to have a different business partner.
Great. Now you gave me something else to do. I will tune into the plaque of my teeth. Yeah, so
do you really need to be there? What is your purpose?
I'd love to see how my mate would like that. I'm figuring that one out.
Hey, guess what? Day 60 of not brushing my teeth. What do you think?
This is my narrative for social media. So far, my breath isn't that
bad. Document.
Oh my God.
Oh my God.
Hashtag no more dentist. Yeah. Fucking AI dentist. Yeah.
I think we should call this fitness. I'm getting some good ab exercises.
I know.
Yeah, it's learning. It's learning how we bring our awareness to what we're feeling, how we listen, how our bodies teach us, speak to us, show us, how our senses work with our physicality, what's needed. We can also just ask yes, no questions too, as a little layer of it. One of the biggest things that's been happening over the years is how much of what we are actually feeling is ours. And sometimes we don't think about it as physical pain. Maybe some of it's not even yours, but it's sticking to what's going on there. Right? Yeah. So that has to be part of our toolkit. What percentage of this is even mine? Right. And it's not to get an exact number. It's more, whoa, actually none of it is. Some of it is. Oh, a lot of it is. But it's just getting that sense. But what Spirit is suggesting is treat your pain like a best friend. You want to listen to it. You want to understand it. You want to have a welcoming, acknowledging relationship with it, just like you would a best friend. And it's just a way of approaching ourselves. Because who wants to be in pain? Nobody, right? It sucks.
Yeah.
I just want to feel better, right? And it's just, it's all part of it. But I think it's this bigger surrender, knowing it's part of the path, or else it wouldn't be there. And why? What's it teaching, showing? What's the opportunity? And to be curious, because the answer may surprise you.
Yeah.
We don't know. I actually don't know.
I think that's the place that we always have to be it seems like when I do it on somebody else's body, I feel like I'm more in a space of I don't know.
Oh, yeah, because you don't have attachment.
Because I don't know.
Yeah.
They might have a huge story, but I don't know it in the moment.
But
so treat yourself the same way.
Correct.
Get into that because you don't have the detachment.
Right.
Yeah. You treat yourself. Like sometimes for me, when I'm going through something and I'm all stuck in it, I'll envision myself like a client telling me this, then that, then this, then that. And
no, that's good.
Put myself in this space and I go, oh, it's this. And I'm like, whoa, okay. I wouldn't have even thought of that. And it's just a thing I do with myself to get out of my own way.
Yes. Instead of going to your higher self, you just go to this self.
Kind of I just go to this me that's all upset and listen and get into my space.
I've done that sometimes with actual marketing stuff. I'll be like, okay, I'm going to be the marketing coach. And then I'm going to write down my advice.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm pretty good marketing coach when I do that.
The image that I got was to remember that the body, and I know this is cliche, uses that to communicate. And we don't have these blaring buttons that go beep, beep, beep. We don't walk around with those the way that, with our error message. And this is the way in which we get the error message so that we can continue to tinker and love on our body in the way that we need to. Otherwise, it wouldn't have a way. And we could just
and it's
lapse.
And obviously, I shouldn't say obviously, but I'm going to say obviously, when something's physically coming up, we didn't know what was happening. And so it's getting our attention. Why would it be doing what it's doing? And there's so much, because it's part of the path for that person, there's so much self-empowerment awaiting in that doorway of, what is this? Like for me, sometimes when I see it's literally a DNA pattern in me that's not even mine, I'm like, whoa. And there's so much empowerment that comes. I'm like, no wonder why my belly wasn't feeling good, because it's running a pattern that's not even mine.
Yeah.
It's in my DNA. Like, I didn't know that. I thought I ate something that was whatever. And it's turns out.
Yes.
Yeah. How do we treat everything as an informant and a teacher?
And in that way we can love it too and give it a more respect as well. But it's my back is hurting now too, and it's going
You guys have been probably sitting in them chairs for 3 hours, right?
It's true. It's getting my attention.
It's getting your attention. Yeah.
Okay.
Ambujam, we want to make sure that we have time to share your offer.
Yeah.
I love this conversation. This is amazing.
To be honest, I could just be here. For another hour, finally.
Yeah, let's another couple hours.
Like before you came on, there was like this roller coaster inside where I was like really excited for you, but then I felt like I really needed a break, and now I can just be here.
It was nice, David. It's nice to acknowledge the
transformation of the now. Yeah, absolutely. Let's talk about this.
Yeah, I just wanted to choose some of my group power healings that I've done, and also my Veil series, because we know Jeneth loves the Veil series because she mentions it. So I really wanted to add that as a bonus. So everything is on the page of the details of what it is. So for time's sake, I'll just go through it really quickly. So I chose 3 group power healings, which is what I do. I do group power healing to meet you in your awakening, clear the old super fast, and embody in who you are. That is the mission, we could say. The point of group power healing is to clear the old really fast, propel your consciousness in seconds, and embody. So the first one I chose was leaping forward fearlessly into the unknown, heart expansion, strength, trust, and self-alignment. The human is going through so much major quickening. That session really supports to be in this expansive heart place and really strengthen your trust and alignment in how your system is expanding and awakening in all this multidimensional way. So I wanted to add that. The other thing I wanted to add is working with your higher spiritual human heart attuning and living in your next levels of truth, self, heart, and in your human spiritual evolution. So because the energies have been so recently about our human spiritual evolution, being a human and being in our spirit as a human and living this life, authenticity, awakening, uniqueness, all the things. So that also focuses on really helping you align in how your spiritual human evolution is happening. Then I added a third one that I felt was connected to the other first two, which is walk away now, go forward. And it was a significant point in time of where there was such a massive ending of who we were, and we're walking into who we are. And so that session really supports you in helping to literally walk away from what you have been working on so diligently and walk into the next levels of yourself.
Love that.
Wow.
The thing about the group power healing replays is the energies that we worked with are imbued in the recording, but so we do what we did during the recording, during the live session. But the thing is, each session meets you exactly where you are. Spirit knows where you are on your
Yes.
path. Your being knows. And the energies actually get transmuted and transformed into what's needed now. It's a very live thing. So every session that you sit with, just be with yourself, be with your choices, drop in with yourself, and knowing it will meet you where you are when you listen and work with your evolution then. Okay. Then I wanted to add my Veil series, and I felt not just because Jenith likes it, but it is connected to all my other MP3s that I added in here. So the Veil series is 13 audios of clearing egoic identity in all of your chakras. So the ego, who we believe that we are, our identity, our patterns, our conditioning, our habits, it looks like a veil. It looks like a web, like webbing. The ego creates, let's say, this webbing that's just throughout our system. It's just what it is. It's old identity. It's an interface between ourselves and the world. So this Veil series goes through the chakras to clear out this identity, clear out the ego energy, clear out the old webbing, the old consciousness, and really embody you in each section. So those are 13 MP3s, and that's all those details are there as well. So I wanted to create a whole, just helping you guys really just leap forward in your consciousness and embody and empower yourself. So that's what that is.
Thank you. Thank you
Thank
so much.
you.
It's a huge package.
It
you guys.
is.
The link is in the chat.
I
You
think
can
that's
find
the
it.
biggest one I've seen.
Yeah, that's the biggest and best offer on this series.
It is.
I just follow my intuition, know what I'm saying?
And it fit. You saw how
And
it
mine
fit so.
was I'm like, just give us something juicy.
It did. Yeah, I know you're good. You always take care of our audience. But you saw how everyone that it fit so well with the conversation that we had today.
Yeah.
I don't think you knew that it was going to
No,
be.
I was just going to say,
Yeah,
how do I know? Because I felt like I definitely wanted to offer the Veil series and I wanted to offer group power healings, but I'm like, how many? And I just went through my store and I was like, ooh, this one, oop, that one, ooh, and this one. And that felt good. And I'm like, okay. And then, this conversation. I had no idea it would.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
He's so supportive. Yeah, I love it so much.
But it can help somebody get off the couch eating Oreos if they actually make a different choice.
Put down the Oreo cookie.
They're so good though.
Or enjoy the Oreo
There you
cookie
go.
consciously. Yeah. Really enjoy that nasty filling in the middle that is chemicals and who knows what the F that is.
I know.
Enjoy.
Paula says Ambajam's group power healings are amazing.
They really are.
You
Thank
could
you.
see from this conversation that it might be. Wow. Any last words?
God, I think the reminder of keep an eye out for the presence and stillness and expansive from that pure present moment curiosity, even though 26 will be many things. And once that fire horse Chinese New Year starts, right? Because we're still in the snake.
Yeah.
If you think of it, we're still shedding in that way. We're still in snake
Mhm.
medicine, right? So as things get quicker, this is going to be a year of action versus last year, it's just different. Look for that presence and that stillness and that pure moment of curiosity, because that can so help the anxiousness. It helps the nervous system know it's safe. There's 1,000 things presence does, but that's what I want to say. Just remember to look for that within, the stillness, the peace, that abiding moment.
Thank
And
you.
how deep can you go in that? Yeah. That's all. Thank you guys for having
Renee
me
says,
so much.
Yes, Renee says, thank you. I love you. I feel so grounded. Kasha says, I second that with about 4 little hearts and some flowers. And Mia said, I feel so much lighter now after this. I feel more silly and childlike after being in her amazing energy. Yes, that's the joy.
Yeah.
I love that. Dana says, thank you times 3 with 3 little hearts. I love it. All of these beautiful chat comments here.
Yeah.
I like
Thank you for
them.
reading that, because I can't, because my monitor
Yeah.
is in front of me, like far away, so I can't read the chat. So thank you for
And
reading
I
those to me.
yeah, good. I like for their speaker to hear that. And also because you get to hear it on the replays too. And I think that's really beautiful. All the love that's just pouring out there. Thank you guys.
Thank you, everybody,
you.
so much.
Well, stick around, you guys.
We are the world.
We are the children. Don't
We
get
are the
the whole
ones who
thing.
make a brighter day.
So let's start giving.
Yeah, same is true, right?
Yeah.
Truth is truth, man. All
Yes.
these years later, like we still need that
No,
song.
I know.
Come on.
I know. Oh, good. It's too funny. I was thinking that the other day.
I don't know where that song came from. I'm just sitting here minding my own business.
Just observing. All right, Ambajam, thank you.
Thank you, guys.
We have a couple announcements. Remember, you can find all of this information plus the special offer on our live page. It's www.houthustle.com/live. It is also the dashboard, and it will be the same dashboard that we will use throughout the series. So go ahead and bookmark that. And also, we can send you a text message. We don't spam or anything like that. We just send you one text message in the morning to let you know we're going to get started. And that, if you're like me, I mean, it just provides a link, and I'm always like, oh, okay, yeah, let me just jump on that for a little while. And then that way you have it right at your fingertips and in your phone. So you can find the way to sign up for that also on the newsletter. And so is there a direct place to do it on the site?
On the second page, you'd have to re-opt in, I think, unless like we give them the link.
But we will be on the newsletter. But for those who are not on our newsletter, you should join and you will get the opportunity to opt in. It will be the way that you join our newsletter and get all the information about the summit, plus the speaker special offers, and there's free gifts there too. It is at www.houthustle.com/summit, SUMMIT.
Great. Want to remind you, tomorrow, Lianka and I have a session, and we are going to talk about Mystique Societe, our inner circle, and you all are invited. And we've got some special little tickets and things like that coming your way as well.
It's free gifts, fun things. So let me entice you to come and join us, and we will get you all squared away. We're going to have fun tomorrow morning too.
We start with Quinn.
Yes. And so tomorrow, Quentin will be on. He was one of the shining stars of our last summit. And he comes on, and Jeneth is working with him personally.
I hired him as a coach. He analyzes your eyes.
He's
earology.
I knew I was getting it. I practiced.
I think it's
iridology. Yes.
Very good. And he diagnosed my eyes in a session, and it was profound. I was like, oh, I knew that was going on. What? I also have that, right? And it was just, some of the things were just so validating. And he's like, I can give you a simple 4-month detox to get you out of it. And I was like, I'm in.
Yeah.
most definitely. One of it was like weakness in my thyroid.
And he could see all that from her iris.
And he can just give you like herbs. It's not even like a mean detox either. It's just stop doing processed food and eat these herbs kind of thing. And I think it can go deeper. We can talk
Sure.
about it.
Yes. And he talked about the different diseases that he's helped people heal. And he's really, he knows his stuff.
Yeah.
So that'll be fun. And then next step will be Jeneth and I, and we'll talk about our story. Is that correct? Yeah. We'll talk about our story. And I'm the one that did the schedule, right? Like, I love it. We will go into really how our work works and the community that we have available. And also some of the actual work that we do, how I channel the different modalities that all of the different things that we've worked with and the accolades that go on forever, whatever. But really how we really move people through some of their out of victimhood, out of belief system. If you really wanted to come in to blow up some shit and really step into all of you, I invite you to join us for that call tomorrow for sure.
Yeah. And then we end the day with Casey Spear, who blew my mind the last time we had her on. I had her on in my series in 2012 and almost wrote her off. And then I had heard a clip that she had put out more recently, and then I added her to our curate list. And I was like, maybe this is a good one. And she was just so locked in, keyed in. I don't know how else to describe it. She was just like every single word that came out of her mouth.
Oh yeah, she
like today.
She's a very direct channel.
Yeah.
And I forgot the name. Julius. She works with Julius, and she was talking to me about how she shares Julius, and Julius is not afraid to go anywhere. Can definitely pinpoint what's going on in someone's world. Gives them very direct reading. It was profound. It was very direct. You just have to be in the energy, very high energy as well. I told her that Julius found a really great person to work with because it did seem like that they are very compatible for that high energy. Yeah. So that'll be a really great way to end the day. But we're really excited about the whole day tomorrow.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Great. We are
How Hustle.
Reminding you to take a little time to
enjoy the woo. Have a good one.
Bye, everyone.